stand up here and talk to you for hours about the pitfalls and all the things that will happen in a pastor's life. The devil sets some snares. He sets some traps. And the way that he does that, he'll do it in these following ways, as he outlines. So he says, it is a trustworthy saying that if anyone aspires to the office of an overseer, it is a noble pursuit, a noble task. The devil wants to take the nobility out of being a pastor. We used to esteem them highly. For instance, when I lived in Grand Isle, as pastor of First Baptist Church in Grand Isle, I lived in a house. Pastor Nathan lives there now. And the title of that house, it is a parsonage. And the word parsonage comes from the word person. And it means the person lives there. The person of the community. Churches and communities didn't do things unless the church approved that. Right? There was no practices of sports on church time. Not so much today, right? They didn't ask the parson anymore. Right? We even sing it at Christmas time. We talk about Parson Brown is going to marry them in the park, right? The old song. Think about the parson, the parsonage, the place where the person lives. And now we get kind of, skipped over. Facebook is definitely more popular than pastors. Chewing gum is more popular than pastors. And nowadays it seems as though that pastors is down on one of those lists of disappointment like college football coaches. Right? I mean, that's the only more risky job to have is to be a college football coach. And then pastors are a little bit more secure sometimes. Here's the thing I know. The Bible says that being a pastor, Chad, and being the worship leader of a church is a noble thing. Church and Chad, Barbara, treats the office of pastor with nobility. The Bible says that you are a child of the King. That you're part of the kingdom. That you're joint heirs with Christ. That you're seated with Christ in the heavenly realm. That you have every spiritual blessing. God has already given that deposit to you. You are a saint of God. Walk in that. Now, it's not to be pride-filled. It is the humble office. It says anyone that aspires to attain this kind of office, that is a noble task. The word task is interesting to me. It means work. If I told my kids, boys, girls, we got a task, they go, oh no, Dad's putting us to work. And so they know what it was like to work for me. My employees at Habitat are finding out what it's like to work for me, right? And so they're exhausted when they get done at the end of the day. And we work, it's a task. Ministry and being the pastor of the church is hard work. It is some of the hardest work you'll ever do in life. I promise you that. It is hard work physically, it's hard work emotionally, but mostly it's hard work spiritually. See, the devil has your number, he knows your weaknesses, he knows your strengths, and he will exploit every opportunity he can get. Not only in the office of overseer as a noble task is an area where he will set a snare, but he also says that you're to be above reproach and the husband of one wife and sober-minded and self-controlled. And he lists all these things that seem a mountain of great, we can't conquer this mountain. Who could do this? Who can qualify? And at the end of the day, maybe there's times and lines where many of us may fail and fall short miserably. We know that Isaiah 53 says, by all of us, like sheep, have gone astray. Each has turned to our own ways. We can jump in the flesh just like anybody else. I've seen pastors do it. The problem is that people in your church can jump in the flesh and have very little repercussion. Pastor jumps in the flesh, and now you've given permission for everybody else to follow suit. And so for us to be above reproach is to say that there is no claim that sticks to you. Now that's hard to do. But here's the secret. The devil wants to set a snare and trip you up, and there's going to be all kinds of terrible things said that aren't going to be true. Remember, the devil is the father of lies. All he knows how to do is lie. That's what Jesus says in his description. So Satan wants to ensnare you. He's going to do that with a mountain of lies. The problem is sometimes we react to those lies, and our reaction causes us to sin rather than the lie itself. Be careful. Be prayerful. Realize behind the scenes, pull back the veil, there is a spiritual war. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, but spiritual forces of evil that are plotting against you. Am I encouraging you yet? The devil's after you and your family. He wants to rip your head off and spit down your neck. I promise you. And you just signed up for this, and we've signed the document already, so there's no turning back. Okay? All right. So he says, therefore, an overseer must be above reproach, the husband of one wife. Let's speak to the wife of a pastor. The pastor is a worship leader not only in the church, but in the house. He is a spiritual authority in his house, and he wears a double hat. He pastors his family, but he also leads his family as a husband, as a father. It is a hard balance, even as we talked about it to some detail in the ordaining council time. One of those things you'll always be pursuing is to do it right. And you'll be your own worst critic. But that's okay. God loves you anyway. And He loves all the other messed up families, right? We all come from dysfunctional families. And don't hold your pastor in an unrealistic view. He bleeds red blood just like you do. He may have issues just like you do. The problem is, when you blow a gasket, it affects your family and those around you. If he blows a gasket, it affects the whole. And so it's interesting. It's like taking a pebble and throwing it into a pond. When that pebble makes those ripples, right, it'll cover every shore of that pond. But if you take a boulder and throw it in there, now you have a wave. And what happens is pastors are so influential in people's lives that they're like that boulder. And it rolls down the hill and falls into the pond, and it creates a wave. So our action and reaction to life's challenges in the home, with our wives and our children, all affect the pond. And they all will have an impact. They'll either have a negative impact or a positive impact. Some waves, we want the Lord to send waves of blessing, waves of favor, waves of grace to us, so we can be a blessing to others. But then some waves of discouragement, depression, evil, we don't want those waves. And so it's such a challenge that we as a people would see that the pastor is the worship leader at home as well. And he's not going to do it perfectly. He's not going to lead the church perfectly, and he's not going to lead his family perfectly. The one who is perfect is Christ. And as long as he hides himself behind the cross of Christ and makes much of Jesus, you will see Christ through him.